What's up, everybody? It's Sugar Erica from the Classy Climb blog. 4 or 5 more days left before I go on summer vacation, and so I hope you guys are enjoying these lives. I hope you're supporting them. I hope you're sharing them, because after that, toodles, right? So we have some lives scheduled for some Wednesdays in the future because we had business friends who already scheduled the time with me. Now, I'm doing this because I want to be very clear on when I post stuff in the community tab. I understand everybody's not on the same high vibrational level. We're not all gonna be there. We ain't all gonna get there to the same time. And some of us are gonna get left behind, and that's okay. But I posted 2 videos because I wanted to share them. And drop a 1 in the comments if you can hear me. Drop your city and state if you can hear me well. I just wanna make sure this is working. And then I'm gonna get off and support some of my other friends on their channels tonight. The secret of why middle children win, right? And there's, I think 39 of our presidents have been middle children. There's just so many stories. I put a lot in the chat for you guys to see about that, about middle children. And here's some books I want to start it off with that I want you to go check out. And it's called The Secret Power of Middle Children, The Birth Order book, 13 Things Mentally Strong Parents Don't Do, Siblings Without Rivalry. The Secret Power of Middle Children, The Lies We Believe, Chris Thurman, and then Peacemakers, right? These are some of the books I really want you guys to understand where I'm getting my conversation from, where I'm adding to, and why am I talking about what's in my community tab. Now, 2 posts I put in the community tab, and I guess I should share it here at some point, is unpopular opinion: women like power. Sometimes it's attached to men. Now, immediately people went from a we to a me. Now, let me break that down. If you ever work for any company, if you've ever been in any therapy, a lot of times people are focused so much on the me that they lose sight of the we. And I'm gonna break it down some more. Okay. When we talk about we talk about what's a win-win for both of us. How can we both win? How can we both get some value out of this? When we get internal to the me, it's kind of like I'm standing on top of a chair, yelling in the middle of the room, me. That's the difference, okay? I hope that made sense. So in the comment section, when I put that, immediately people are like, well, I have a good husband. I have a leader. Sis, you took that from we to me. And I applaud you. I applaud if you have a great husband. I applaud he's a great leader. I applaud if you follow her leadership. But the purpose of the post was for you to look context-wise over our society. And if you actually notice, women do love power. They love powerful men. Dun, 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 dun. It is the answer to the question. But also, you look over in Europe, you have a lot of women presidents, prime ministers over there in their countries. You look in Africa, they start to have women presidents. You look in the school system, women in every level, right? You look in nurses and hospitals, women at every level. You look at this thing, and what I try to tell people is they like the ideal of power as a title attachment. Being a woman married to a man is also a powerful title with an attachment, right? So a lot of people got lost immediately as soon as I posted, and I'm okay with that. But then you have to really examine the me versus we. So a lot of times people say, well, why aren't young women getting counseling from women, older women, married women? And it's a lot of times because that married woman is in a mindset of me versus we. Like, sis, look at all this great stuff I have over here. That's not how you're gonna win people. You win people by, this is what I think we can improve on. This is where I can meet in the middle in our conversation. This is how we become peacemakers. This is how we do a win-win, right? And people lose people all the time. Now, another thing is I posted from the roommates video, why men are angry and lost in society, right? And of course, people go, single moms, right? And, sex and intimacy, and people got lost in the sauce, which is fine, because I wanted you to think as you watch this video. And if you actually study any of the groups, Kevin Samuel, any of these men groups, what are the number 6 things they want you to do? They want you to work out. They want you to dress better. They want you to read. They want you to join groups. And they want you to work on your emotional intelligence. And number 6, they want you to approach physically, not on the internet, approach women. Now you're gonna say, well, Erica, that's not all men groups. Not all men groups want that. Sure, there's some married men groups. There's probably some Bible studies. There's probably some travel men groups. But if you look at pretty much every single, and I'm friends with a lot of people that have really big channels, and a lot of the programs they have created are ways to get young men to do what? Work out, dress better, join groups, read, and approach women. Right? Or if you replace the approach women with emotional intelligence. How to read people, how to take cues, how to take social cues, how to form conversations. Even one of the pickup artist guys, he had a book that he put in there. It was a really good book, and it was just like 1,001 conversation starters. Didn't have anything to do with sexual, just had to do with people learning to do what? Use their conversation. And the more disconnected you become from society, because maybe you don't have a partner, maybe you don't have a group, the worse it is for men, right? There's even another article talking about how men are the least touched people in our society. You know, back in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, and 50s, men could hug, high five, shake, all that stuff. It wasn't a big deal, kiss on the cheek, whatever. You even see older photos of men in the 1920s and 30s and wars and all kind of things, where they're very, very friendly, very close, very touching, all that stuff. We don't have that in our society currently anymore. So again, there's a great article talking about how men sit without touch, right? Now you're gonna say, Erica, what does this have to do with middle children? What does this have to do with this? Middle children usually learn how to solve problems and make peace. And I see someone said, well, I'm an only child, I make solve problems. And this is a very important part, me versus we. If you're an only child, you only know your context of empathy and sharing through what? Other people. And 99% of people say only children do what? Lack empathy, lack kind of flexible win-win situations for other people. That just is what it is. Like, blame it on the hundreds of years of study. Blame it on that. But why is this important? Our society's coming to a point where most people are either having babies very late in life, causing the one child boom issue, which a lot of women are having babies at 39 to 40, this late. Oh, I better get in the door before I can't have any more. One child problem, right? And then you're also having, even in China had to reconstruct their whole school system to coach up and build up men, because all the men had became very soft because they were the one child policy. So this isn't like a woo-woo made up concept. This is for real. This is a real concept I'm sharing with you. The reason even yesterday, I thought about taking my video down because I'd be going on these rants, is I spent parts of the day and parts of the week as back-end administrator for several people's courses. And when I was in the back end of their offices, a lot of people that were in their courses were walking zombies, right? Men and women, not just men and women, who were kind of like looking around like, oh, I guess the economy's changed. I guess things are different. I guess I should pay attention. I'm like mid-30s. And when I see that, it disheartens me so, because it just shows me how many people are really asleep. Like, after all of 2020 that went on with economy and jobs and things happening, people a lot of times are still asleep at the wheel, right? They only deal with things when it becomes it's bumping them in the head kind of issue. So what you have to understand, and this goes into the woo-woo, and bear with me, is what we focus on increases. It's like when you want a brand new Dodge Charger, all of a sudden you start seeing Chargers everywhere. Chargers. When you want, a yellow dress, all of a sudden you see yellow dresses everywhere. Everybody's got a yellow dress on, right? Okay. When you focus that energy there. So again, when he wrote, and he did this video about young men being angry and frustrated, and now you're doing what? You're pushing out all this angry, frustrated, lost, angry energy. And guess what that does? It completely pushes a healthy person away from you. It pushes a healthy person away from you. You can't even get back looped in with healthy people because you're so angry and frustrated. But how do you get rid of the anger and frustration? You have to reconnect back into society. This is what it is, right? So the more you focus on unwanted things, it gains momentum. So again, when I make my rants about Why are these guys every day and night coming online talking about women that they hate? All they're going to do is see more women that they hate, right? Aaron Clary, I make a joke. Aaron Clary always talks about fat women. So then he looks and he's going to see more and more fat women everywhere he goes. He's going to see more of them because that's what you look for. So I jokingly send him fat women on Instagram all the time, and he's like, please stop, right? But the more you shoot off, I don't want this thing. I don't want it. I don't want it. Guess what you're doing? You're bringing it to you. You're bringing like a negative energy magnet. So a lot of these men out here are like, all the good girls are gone. All of the girls I wanted are gone. So that means you had to be taking your eyes and focusing on women from your past. You looking back, you can't move forward looking back. You can't even talk about concepts of we because you're so focused on me. And this is for women too. Now, I'm not trying to, I just want to make it very clear. The more you talk about it, your solution is over here, but you're still here. You're still wrapped up in me, 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 me. Woe is me. I am angry. Somebody noticed me. I am angry, right? That's what it is. So when you obsess over a problem, you know, at some point you get tired, right? It's called, what is that thing? It's when you anxiety. Oh, I forgot the name of it. It's when when eventually you just kick out, tired. Your body kicks out, you're tired. And so you're driven to distraction, right? So you're so angry, you're so frustrated, you're mad over your problem that you just start going to gym every day. Oh, I'm in the gym every day. Okay, cool. And I'm only happy when I'm in the gym every day. And then if you ask them, does that solve the problem of your loneliness, of your lack of relationships, of your lack of sexual intimacy? Does that solve any of those problems? No. What will solve your problem? Connecting back with people, connecting with groups, and doing what? Approaching strangers, right? So again, you're not put on this earth to fix broken things. And a lot of times people say, well, sometimes people say, well, I'm a healer and broken people are drawn to me. No, sis. No, sis. You allowed that person into your space that demonstrated they were not in a healthy place, right? I remember I was walking to my car in Detroit, and this was cracking me up. And I was just like in a zone thinking about something. And this black man said, hey, you got a man? I'm like, oh God. And I just started laughing, smiling, trying to walk faster to the car. Hey, sis, are you loved? And I was like, what in the world? But I said, if somebody was not in their right mind and they were open and vulnerable and looking everywhere for love in all the wrong places, that man saying that would have opened the door for them to turn around and carry on a conversation, right? Which is the holler game or whatever y'all want to call it, right? But someone who's on their purpose, on their mission, will keep on walking, head nod and keep on going, right? That's not what they're looking for. But when you get so wrapped up and so angry in what you don't want, more of that manifests. Do you understand? More of that will appear. So when people say, why are you going to conferences and these seminars and these things? And I go, because I want to be in the room with people who are what? Manifesting their dreams, who are in a higher vibration, who have decided they want to win. I want to be in a room of winners. Now, will these winners have excuses? No. Everybody has excuses and issues why they can't get what they want, or something's happening, or their spouse or their family. People always will have those. Those will not be, just because you're in entrepreneurship doesn't mean, and honestly, entrepreneurship is really self-help and self-improvement disguised as business, but that's another quote for another day. What you have to understand is, when you first start getting results, you want to be loud. And you can say that with women. You can say that when you see women that get married, what's the first thing they do on the Instagram? Look at it, girl. Look at it. Look at my ring, girl. Look at it. Look at it. Like, they're all over Instagram. They're traveling. They got a Mrs. hat on. And I want them to absorb their new identity. I am thrilled for them. This is going to be a journey of a lifetime for them. But when you first start getting results, whether it's money, relationships, or whatever, you start being loud. We all know the person that's got married for 2 months and they out here trying to give you marriage advice. Be like, sis, you only been married 60 days. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay. And we have a lot of me versus we in several places when you go out here on the internet. So to me, if you're in a healthy, happy space, you should be, and just I'm just giving examples, don't get hot. You should be focused on what can we, me and the spouse, do over here. We're happy, content, we're going down the road, we're enjoying this, we're doing this. Yes, us, let's get it. But if you're in these spaces going, well, my life's better than her, ha ha, that's a me. That has nothing to do with we. That has nothing to do with winning. That has nothing to do with being mature, mentorship, any of that. That's a me, right? When I look in the comment sections over there, and just picking it out, for example, Kevin Samuels page, and a lot of guys are like, well, I'm married. I'm glad I'm married who I'm married to. Most of the men in the chat are like, why are you here? Are you here for comedy? Are you here to stand on a chair and say, I'm better than you? I got a wife. Sorry. And so that gets back into that me. See, that me versus we, no one wants to listen to you because you can't divorce yourself, or you can't think outside the box, or even look conceptually at the big picture. And that is also why a lot of the folks, when he was describing that they feel lost, and let's be very clear. When people talk about figure it out, the whole journey to self-discovery is figuring it out. It is figuring it out. Listen, the more people go, well, y'all just leaving these kids to figure it out. Yeah, we are. That's a part of adulthood, is leaving someone to figure it out. That's a part of adulthood. That's a part of adulthood. See, the more you get in contact with people in groups, I don't like that. I like this. I don't like this treatment. I like this. And that's a part of adulthood. Yeah. See, people get lost on that part though. So I'm gonna just say that, right? The solution is through, right? And this is the best way I can say this. Whether you're talking about starting a business, whether you're talking about community, friendships, anything, relationships, the way to the solution is through it. There will be no way that you can skip past the dating phase, the relationship phase, the court phase, the fiance phase, the marriage phase. There's no way you can start past I'm gonna start a business. Erica, I don't want to go through all that when you start a business. I want to buy a business and skip all that. Well, this is what you learn from adults and other older people. When they buy a business, 9 times out of 10, it's like they gotta throw away half the parts inside the box. When they buy a business, 9 times out of 10, they can tell you the reason why the business isn't working is something inside the business already. And they have to rip it out and start afresh. I'm going to read these books off to you again, because I don't want to be here all night, but I just want to get that out. It's, again, The Secret Power of Middle Children, the book, The Birth Order, 13 Things Mentally Strong Parents Don't Do, Siblings Without Rivalry, The Secret Power of Middle Children, I think I said that twice, The Lie We Believe by Chris Thurman, and also The Peacemaker's book. Now you're going to say, well, Erica, I don't have kids. Why are you telling me about kids books? Why are you telling me about this? Because a lot of people's mentality is still at 15 years old. Let me say that again. A lot of people you interact with on Facebook and in these groups and in society and at jobs, they are still in the 15 to 20-year-old space. Still. They have not got to a point, and again, this is where experience in life takes you further. There's a loose friend, I'm just gonna say a friend, who he's 47 and he's traveled everywhere, and every time he comes back to Austin, he gives me a call up, we go eat dinner, and I meet him wherever I meet, and we start talking and laughing, and you can feel the experience in the way he carries himself, the way he walks, the way he talks. Why? Because he's actually gone out there and figured it out. He's gone out there and went out in the world. He's gone out there and he travels. He's gone out there and he's what? Figured it out. When you first start getting results in your business, you want to be loud and flashy and cutting up. When you start to really get your grind, you want to be smooth and chill and enjoy good company. Okay? So again, if you look at all these groups, all these men teaching manhood courses and Dapper Daves and Alpha M and even what's her name? Pink Pill and what's the other old girl name? Anyway, the dating coach woman. Everything they're telling you, it's the same, y'all. It's the same. I'm gonna read it to you again. Work out, dress better, read, join groups, approach people for friendship and relationships. It's the same. And number 6 is improve your emotional intelligence. Y'all can act like, oh, Erica, you full of it. Go find 10 guys programs and tell me that's not what they're talking about. Work out, dress better, read. This is what it is, right? And we share the same affliction. I'm gonna go like this on that for you. Some of it's a little mean-spirited, and that's only because I have 7 uncles. I had my dad my whole life, so I was 21 and he passed away. And I also had my stepfather till he passed away. So I know what living under the leadership of a father in your house every day feels like. Every single day till you graduate high school feels like. So I'm not trying to knock anybody. I'm just saying I actually have 20 boy cousins and 7 uncles, and like I know what living under male leadership looks like, and the difference between a male critique, a male push of guidance, and a male being snipe on you, giving you a little bit of, I don't know if you guys know work with pets or anything, but sometimes you can be nice to your pet, or you can, and your pet's like, oh God, right? I know the difference. So, and when I'm out here in this world and I interact with women and men who have not had a father, I know it. I know it. Oh God, I know it. I can talk with them and interact and understand it and know it. I've dated men who I could tell didn't have the dad, wasn't close. And even in their thought progress of how our future relationship between us was going to work, I was like, no, baby, that's a roommate situation. When you become the leader of me and of we, you take over full control of this situation. And if we don't eat, the heavy is the head that wears the crown. You dig what I'm saying? When things don't go well, you are the leader. Ultimate blame falls on you. So when I'm on this man's internet and we're absolutely backwards and people are blaming women for why they are not successful. See what I'm saying? See how that got flipped around? That's how I know somebody don't have a man in their house. That's how I know somebody wasn't raised by a father. Because your father ultimately goes, you know what? Hey, this happened. I'm gonna take this, but next time I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Everybody in the house can dance. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a it's not even a, I'm just telling you as every day, a prime example, and I'll give an example. My sister don't care, my brother don't care. When our parents got divorced and we lived with our stepfather in another state, our father called every day, exactly 5 minutes after we got off the bus, every day. He lived in Alaska, so it was lunchtime when he called us, every day. Every day. If we didn't get to that phone, somebody didn't get that phone in the house, there was words. And we got in that phone, hey, what's up? Okay, tell me about your day. Tell me about who you interacted with, what you're doing. Did you go try out for that team? Okay, what happened? Okay, been on the phone with you about 30 minutes. Where's your sister at? Put her on the phone. Boom, get her on the phone. Conversation repeats. Teetered towards each chat. And trust me, like clockwork. Knew when we were sick because he'd be like, hey, somebody didn't answer the phone. Is the girls okay? What's going on? That's why when people tell me that they're co-parenting or they are a non-custodial parent, and I ask them what's going on with their child right now, and they don't know, that already tells me all I need to know. I've lived under military men and very like free-flowing men, and I know the difference, and I know when people don't know what's going on with their children. Period. Because kids, love equals time for kids, not stuff. So again, I wanted to do this talk because yesterday I was a little grouchy, and I think y'all didn't hear me well. I'll just say it that way. And so I want to talk in a more smoother content and tone today, because I really want you to understand that everything you're going through, and I say this to myself as well, it will only be fixed through workout, dressing better. And I say this as I'm in workout clothes, still like sweaty workout clothes, working with my trainer late this afternoon, reading, joining groups, being a part of a community, which also equals purpose, growing in emotional intelligence. No matter who you're listening to, if they're saying anything of value in merit, that is what they're telling you to do. You need to be a part of a community, period. Right? If you're a man, like right now, I fixed my motorcycle to join this group of women riders. And the people said, why don't you go over to this group? This group over here. Those groups are for men. Now, if I was going to go hunt for a boyfriend over there, sure, I'd go ride my motorcycle over there. But I want to be with groups of women who are doing what? Riding safely in a group in purpose. I'm with a hiking group, okay? Well, the hiking group is mostly women. Why? Conversation, hiking together, safety, purpose. I'm part of a private plane flying group, okay? What are we doing? Working together to be better pilots in purpose, in mission, going together. Oh, I go to the church and we do this thing on Mondays. Okay, going together in purpose and mission together. So when somebody tells me somebody died, something happened to someone and nobody knew, boy, oh boy, was dead in his house for days and nobody knew. That already tells me that person is disconnected from society and they are not in true community or purpose. We are built for community. There's a great book by, is it Greg Rochelle? No, I don't think it's Greg. It's called Rooted. It's got green, it's a white book with green words. If you look it up, it's called Rooted, the places where God grows you. And that book is really written towards men, but women enjoy that book. And it talks about you need to be in community. If you're just, and everybody loves saying they're a lone wolf hermit, and that's not true. Even when we calculate our society, listen, and don't take my word from it as a woman. Go listen to Aaron Clarey. Literally ripped to shreds young men who write him every day talking about they have social anxiety. He goes, no, you don't. You just don't want to go out of your house and talk to other men. You don't want to go out and make friends. You don't want to go out and be in community. You will have to go get hobbies. And the reason he talks about it, because so many men are like, I'm mad, me want girlfriend. He's like, well, first of all, you ain't got a job, you live with your parents, all this other stuff is going on. That's not even your focus right now. Getting the girlfriend will not solve the problems of your heart. But if you read sometimes the comment sections or different people's books, yeah, sex is why I'm upset. No, sir, you have so many other factors to building you to be a man that have nothing to do with that. It's a critical point, critical, vital on both sides. But you being who you are and knowing what you like, music you like to listen to, what food you like to eat, where do you like to go, what kind of hobbies do you enjoy? There's a lot of adults who don't even have that. They don't know. They ain't been nowhere. That's why you have such a wanderlust when you look on the internet. These people are like, I gotta travel, Erica, because they ain't been nowhere. Why do you think all these people are 32 to 35 years old joining the military before the cutoff date? They didn't build community. They didn't build it right. They didn't build community. So now the Army is breaking down a grown man or grown woman to rebuild them up for the next 20 years for them to be in a part of what? The Army community. To give them structure, to give them purpose. Listen, Aaron Clarey, I mean, don't take my word for it. Please go listen to some of the men in the space who are counseling men every day, whether we want to call it counseling, that's what it is. Counseling men every day who are writing like, well, I'm scared, I can't do this, I can't go over here, and oh my God. And he goes, dude, first of all, go work out. Get out of your house. Go approach people. Quit the swiping right, swiping left. It ain't gonna help you. And listen, he's not the only one. Aaron Clarey's not the only one. There's a ton of men saying the same thing. Go get a freaking hobby, dude. And it's not playing video games. So don't be like, man, Erica's such a bee. Gosh, she's so grumpy. I'm just telling you what is happening in the space across multiple spaces. It is the same problem we're having. Right now in van life, there is a very wonderful, beautiful girl who killed herself 4 weeks ago. And she'd been struggling with mental illness. She'd been struggling with depression. She broke up with her boyfriend, Lee McMillan. You guys can go look her up. And there are several YouTubers making videos like, girl, you could have called us. You could have came over here. You could. That's the purpose of community. That's the purpose of community. That's why all those YouTubers are making videos and crying because, hey, we just saw her a couple months ago. What in the world? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Even if she's depressed, she should have community. And if the community knows she's depressed, the community should be doing what? Bloop, bloop, let's pick up. Let me check on her. Seems off. Why is she not picking up the phone? You dig what I'm saying? And you can't stop people from hurting themselves if they're going to hurt themselves. But I just want to be very clear. And I see you guys are in here. I'm not ignoring you. But yeah, I already addressed this question. I made it very clear. See, Macmillan, as a cable technician, you know. Thank you, I appreciate it. Very true. Yes, listen. When you actually go out here in the space, and I'm being very as respectful and kind as I can be, there are a lot of people who are still in first gear. They may be 35, 40, 50 years old, but they are still in first gear. They're still in college, roommate, wild-eyed, bushy tail. I don't know what I want to do with my life. And so when people tell me, oh, I can't find any marriageable women or men, it's not that they can't find a person. What they can't find is a person who's awake, that they're attracted to. Let's be very clear, right? And the whole healer damaged person finding each other. This is why you have Surviving Vegan and Tabitha Brown and a lot of Black women who are very kind and caring blowing up in the space because people are seeking what? A healer, someone who's happy, a healer. They want to elevate that person to be their leader. And that's not always how it works. But, you know, NC grad, again, you know, I'm not going to say anything on that. That's your father is open to his opinion. Balance is truly underrated. There is a big difference, and the world is getting accepted very much. I cannot. Honey, sleepwalking. That's what they're doing. They are sleepwalking. It's very scary. But yeah, that's why I did this video, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm so frustrated. But what I realize is I'm not here on this earth to fix broken people. God didn't give me that assignment. I'm just out here shining light on the opportunities they are in money, to make money. And while you're making money, spend that time improving yourself. And what's really a joy to me is I'm talking to people who are coming up in entrepreneurship after me. And what's so funny is a lot of them are like, oh, Erica, you are so right. Because usually what I do, end up talking to somebody who starts a business, I'm like, listen, you're gonna have to start scheduling massages, hand care, feet care. You're gonna have to start scheduling your meals to be brought to you. You're gonna have to schedule somebody to come clean your house and all that stuff. People are like, oh man, I'll never do that, man. I'm trying to keep my money. I'm trying to keep it tight. I'm trying to do these things. And then I see them a year later doing all the things I recommended. I started laughing because I go, see, you're using a lot of your energy to do this, whatever it is, online, digital, teach courses, teach other people, that you have to take care of yourself. It is mandatory. You cannot pour from an empty cup. That's not natural. Gotta make more time for yourself. So again, if you see anybody out there, the more you focus on unwanted things, the more momentum you give them. So if every day you're watching baby mama drama, guess what you're attracting? More of it. Every day, when you're saying everybody's a bum and a this and a fat and a whatever, you're bringing more of it to you. That's why when you meet people who are in business and they get hyper focused for like a year or two, you look up, they done made $1 million, because that was what their focus was every single day. Doom, 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 doom. Now, Again, like I told you, when they first get the money and they first get the results, they get loud and flashy and look at the cars and look at the vacations. And then after they get around some other people in the room who've made more money than them, because there's always a bigger boat, always a bigger boat. There's always a bigger man, a bigger woman, a bigger boobs, bigger butt, bigger boat, bigger penis, bigger everything. It's always somewhere, right? You can never, that's an endless cycle, right? But when you get in those rooms with those people, they're smooth, they're calm, they're collected. They're just enjoying life because they realize, yeah, I have to work, and work is a part of life, but I also can enjoy it. I also can enjoy it. So that's what I had for y'all. But literally, when you're shooting off what you want, and you're in anger, and you're angry, and you're mad, and women are ignoring you, honey, the same is on the reverse. There are women walking around our society who feel ignored. It's not just men, it's also women that feel ignored, gone by, looking past, right? So again, obsessing over the problem brings you to distraction, right? You start getting distracted with silly mess and stuff online and you name it, right? You have to focus on what's the solution, not the unwanted problem. Not the like, I don't ever want to date no single moms. I ain't never dated no single moms. And then all of a sudden you keep talking that up in the air, and guess what comes your way? Single mom. Because you keep focusing on it every day. Every day. One of the motorcycle community, big guy, gosh, what's the name of this channel? Anyway, he dropped down on one knee and asked the woman that had 2 kids with her to marry him. Now, people follow the channel. This man's been dating this woman for over a year. He's super happy. He's loving his life. And men were in the comment section saying, don't marry her. No, man, you're a single man. Why are you marrying her? Now, this man has built up this amazing YouTube channel, amazing motorcycle community, lots of affiliates, lots of money. And because he chose this woman, people are like, you're a loser. You're a bum. This is how insane it's gotten. This very fit, tiny, small, put together woman with 2 kids that he's been dating for over a year. He has mentally decided this is her. People are like, no, in the comments. That's crazy. That's unbalanced. That's unhealthy. And this is part of why I'm taking my summer solstice, my summer siesta, my mountain range out west time for the next 90 days. I will not mostly be in Texas. I will mostly be California, not necessarily California, but Utah, Colorado, and Arizona, because it's just the healthiest thing for me at this time. But that's what I got for y'all. Again, check out those books. There's so many books I could give y'all, but again, focus on what you're offering, your energy-wise. Focus. Get that energy type, baby. Like, again, get that energy type. What are you looking for? What's the solution to your problem? Your solution is not being angry, and your solution is not being frustrated and feeling overlooked. Your solution is always going to come at the other end of people. I know this makes y'all frustrated, but when they say, how do you get rich in business, is giving other people what they're looking for, getting more what they want. You help enough people get what they want, you get what you want. And again, this comes from a win-win culture that middle children possess, that older and younger children do not. So again, the world needs more middle children. You guys, this is your girl Erica, Classy Climb blog. If you are in the Rise 20%, we have great new speakers coming on tomorrow and the next couple of Tuesdays. I'm so excited to bring such great content to those who are inside the class. The price did go up. Sorry if you didn't get any discounts, coupons. It is what it is. We'll try our best to still give good content here. I'll be here for the rest of the week, but after April 30th, your girl goes on summer break, much needed summer break. All right, you guys have a great day.